Hey, it's your boy again, man. Y'all see I got Kamala Harris up. I told y'all if anybody watched that last video that I did on that, another that was some kind truth behind it. If y'all watched that little video, man, I told y'all that's what video you just on video on Kamala Harris being at the board. So yeah, I'm gonna try to let her go a little bit, man, but I know she's gonna say some stuff. In fact, I watched a little bit of it, but trust me, I tell you, this lady has six faces, not two. She got like six, seven faces. Y'all remember? In fact, let's just go ahead and check some of this out.
I think you all know, and this is why you are here, there are consequential issues at stake in this election. And one is the security of our border. The United States is a sovereign nation, and I believe we have a duty to set rules at our border and to enforce them. And I take that responsibility very seriously.
Did she just? She just said what I thought she said. She said we got a duty and responsibility. So I guess that's why the Teamsters didn't vote for Biden or Trump because they said that uh, they trying to make it seem like Democrats trying to make it seem like they clean up the problem that they created. So it's like this is what she's getting ready to do right now. She's getting ready to make it seem like she's ready to clean up a problem that they created. Let's go.
We are also a nation of immigrants. The United States has been enriched by generations of people who have come from every corner of the world to contribute to our country and to become part of the American story. And so we must reform our immigration system to ensure that it works in an orderly way, that it is humane, and that it makes our country stronger.
Did she say they're gonna do it in a way to where it's humane? I bet it ain't humane to the immigrants. See, I said the people of Ohio. I know my auntie ain't gonna like this, but it's the truth, and she don't mind the truth. But over in Illinois, she said them immigrants. It ain't funny, y'all. It ain't funny. But she said they done took over everything. Hey, look, and she's a diehard Kamala Harris supporter. She says they done took over everything. And she ain't looking at the fact that who let them in the office to be able to take over everything. But anyway, let's go.
So I've just come from visiting the border and the port of entry in Douglas. I spoke with dedicated agents from Border Patrol and customs officers who every day see the overflow of commercial traffic through the port. These men and women who work there and at other places along our southern border help keep our nation secure. And they need more resources to do their jobs, which is why we have and are in the process of investing $500 million to modernize and expand the port of entry here in Douglas. And why last December I helped raise the rate of overtime pay for border agents, and also why I strongly supported the comprehensive border security bill. Written last year, as you know, by a bipartisan group of senators, including one of the most conservative members of the United States Congress. That bill would have hired 1,500 more border agents and officers. It would have paid for 100 inspection machines to detect fentanyl that is killing tens of thousands of Americans every year. It would have allowed us to more quickly and effectively remove those who come here illegally, and it would have increased the number of immigration judges and asylum officers. It was the strongest border security bill we have seen in decades. It was endorsed by the Border Patrol Union, and it should be in effect today, producing results in real time right now for our country. But Donald Trump tanked it. He picked up the phone and called some friends in Congress and said, stop the bill.
He said, stop the bill. Donald Trump said, stop the bill. I, for one, most likely would have did the exact same thing. Again, I knew that's where she was going. They're going to create the problem and then attempt to fix the problem and want glory for fixing the problem after they are the ones that created the problem. Now all of a sudden she want to come up with a border plan to fix the border when the border was already fixed. And then she going to call it the greatest plan that came out in decades. No, the greatest plan Donald Trump put out almost 4 years ago. 6 years ago, 8 years ago when he started building the wall. And then they turn around and sold the steel that he was building the wall with for 5 cents on the dollar. If I'm not mistaken, that's what they sold it for. 5 cents on the dollar. What kind of a loss did they take? Oh, that's all right. It don't matter about taking the loss. It don't matter about taking the loss. Because obviously they're giving billions and billions of dollars across the globe. They ain't gave you nothing. No excuses. And yet they got billions. Billions on top of billions. The American people never had to be in poverty. American people never supposed to go through anything. Never. Not if you can get billions on top of billions to other countries to support that. Well, y'all, yeah, if I was Donald Trump, I would have blocked it as well. You had 3 years. 3 years to fix that border. 3 years where you didn't need a policy, you didn't need a plan. All you had to do was stick with the one that we had. And you tore it up and tore it down. Now you want to come out with a new plan, a stronger plan, a better plan to fix the problem that you created. Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell y'all, if y'all don't pay attention, man, this two-faced, six-faced woman, man, I'm telling you, you're going to be in a whole lot of trouble, man, come 2020, election day. What is it, November the 5th or 10th or whatever it is? Yeah, you're going to be in trouble if she get in office. If they lie and cheat and scheme and put these women in office, black folks going to catch hell this time. Yeah. Now come at me for saying that you're going to catch hell. You won't have a country. You won't have a country to be proud of. So this is what we do. Let's go.
Because you see, he prefers to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem.
Who created this problem, y'all? Now you want to fix it. Now you want to take the words out of Donald Trump's mouth. Two-faced it. Mutt. Yeah.
And the American people deserve a president who cares more about border security than playing political games and their personal political future. And so even though Donald Trump tried to sabotage the border security bill, it is my pledge to you that as President of the United States, I will bring it back up and proudly sign it into law.
Y'all, let me ask y'all, why we sign the border bill into law? if they took and tore up the border wall that they was already building, something was already built. Why now, 4 years, 3.5 years, almost 4 years later, why now will she try and secure the border? Why? Because she see how y'all feel about the country. Now they got to take a page out of Donald Trump's book and start talking about what they're going to do for the border. It's too late. We don't want to know what you're going to do at the border. In fact, if history proves itself to be a champion of yesterday's information, you will most certainly open the borders wide open. You cannot say on one hand that you're going to do this, that for all these illegal people. Then you want to call them American people. And yet you're not talking about doing nothing for the American people. Unless it's through and around those people. Well, I'm telling y'all, better pay attention. We need to insert that again. I'm not going to do nothing for black people. That's what she said. And I know we try to say that, she didn't say that for black people specifically. She said that she going to do stuff for all people. But guess what? We talking about doing stuff for Israel. They always help Japan. You know, they help NATO specifically. You know, they help everybody else specifically. In fact, they just gave the Asian a hate bill specifically. And yet, after all the trauma we've been through in this country, she's telling us that she's not going to do anything for us specifically.
And also, who is that that made her promise about the reparations, and she said it uninterrupted? I have not heard anything about that. Not that I believe it, but who was that? Al Sharpton?
Yeah.
Just had her.
Said she's going to give out a reparation. She ain't mentioned reparations.
You should have saw her face.
Yeah, she ain't going to do no reparations for no black people. She already said that we give y'all enough food stuff, free housing, as is. Period. I mean, man, y'all better open your eyes. Well, let's get back to the video because we don't want to make this too long.
And let me say, the issue of border security is not a new issue to me. I was Attorney General of a border state for 2 terms. I saw the violence and chaos that transnational criminal organizations cause. And
Man, she said she was the border czar for what? And she see the violence of California. She see the violence and what it does. And yet y'all open the border for 3 years so that kind of violence can come in, and now you want to fix it? Man, I'm telling y'all, better pay attention to this woman, man. She got 6 sides of her face, bruh. She got 6 sides to her mouth. That's a monster. My wife said that's a monster. Listen to this, man.
the heartbreak and loss from the spread of their illicit drugs. I walked through tunnels that traffickers used.
She walked through tunnels that traffickers used to bring fentanyl and all these different things into our country. And yet, now she want to talk about securing the border after they had that sucker open for so long. Man, look, we don't believe you. We're not listening to you. In fact, once you tell a lie to somebody like myself, there ain't nothing else you can say that's coming out your mouth. My mama, boy, ooh, wee. Y'all, this is not going to be pretty. But this lady, if they treat this lady in, this is not going to be pretty for black life in the United States. This is not going to be pretty for a black economy in the United States. This is not going to be pretty for y'all. And I know a lot of y'all don't care. You've been living on chitlins, hog guts. You've been cleaning feces all out the intestines. We've been trained to eat the nastiest bird on the planet. We don't really know any remedies no more to fix any of our problems. We are almost solely and totally dependent on what someone tells us. And in this case, this flighty woman, this flighty woman now is trying to tell us that she's going to do better in the next 4 years than she did in the first 4 years. Well, I really hope y'all see this coming.
To smuggle contraband into the United States. I've seen tunnels with walls as smooth as the walls of your living room, complete with lighting and air conditioning, making very clear that it is about an enterprise that is making a whole lot of money in the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. And
Hold on, y'all. She know this. She know. She's walked in the tunnels. She's seen the tunnels as smooth as our house. The walls as smooth as the house. Lighting, probably heat and everything. Now, they might even have portable johns in it. I don't know. But she's making it seem like they are almost spectacular. And this is before she was became a VP, of course, but she hadn't been to the board at all since she became vice president. So she had to see these things before she became vice president. And if that be the case, they left the border open for 3.5 years after seeing fentanyl coming in, after seeing walls made the smooth ones in the house, lighting, again, heating. Boy, I tell you, and cooling, probably air vents, everything. You know what I mean? She saw all this before she became vice president. And then when she became vice president, sit and watch her commander in chief, Joe Biden. He didn't do it, she did it. Open the gates wide open for a lot of old people coming in through the front door. That's what we tell them. But come on.
knowledge on how they work comes from the fact that I have prosecuted transnational criminal organizations who traffic in guns, drugs.
Hold on, y'all. I had to stop it again. It just made me think of what my man Cat Williams said. Cat Williams said, they are so cold. They are so good at what they do that they will tell you the truth in a lie in the same breath at the same time. That's why you can't make out. That's why you're being confused. It's done intentionally. If they're gonna tell you the truth, she know there's lightning in there. She know there's smooth walls. And again, they probably got vending machines, the microwave down there, cook snack on the way through. Ain't no telling, y'all. She know this already. She knew this already before coming vice president. And yet she opened up the borders, and now she want to talk about secure the borders and keep people out for violating the border. Man, look, man, my brothers and sisters, boy, I tell y'all, man, I hope y'all understand what y'all looking at. They don't, the Christian.
That's why they're not going to speak of the divine name. That's a horrible story.
Wow.
You accept everything.
And everybody. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, let's check out a little bit more of this, man. We had what? We had 8 minutes and 33 seconds, at 25 minutes. I started with 3 minutes and 44 seconds. So I'm probably only gonna do it maybe 5 minutes of this. Y'all gonna have to go check it out. Harris delivered remarks. Y'all see it after the 7 ball. Check it out. Y'all gonna check this out.
And human beings. My team and I broke up a heroin trafficking ring in the Bay Area with ties to Mexican cartels. We took down a gang working with the Sinaloa cartel to traffic methamphetamine into the United States. We seized millions of dollars worth of cocaine from the Guadalajara cartel and broke up a drug trafficking operation including pill mills and so-called recovery centers that were pushing opioids with deadly results. As Attorney General of California,
As Attorney General of California, you know how to prosecute people. And yet, you let them come in and then prosecute one of them. You have them get out of jail after they've committed murderous crimes. You help them get out of jail. You and your counterpart are hearing that his wife is hollering out the window telling them that a governor's man, a mayor's man, telling them to go and fight. Oh, you people are sick of the head. But come on.
10 years ago that I brought a bipartisan group of American attorneys general and led that group to travel to Mexico City to meet with Mexican attorneys general to address this issue and in particular to increase intelligence sharing on gang activity, all of which allowed us to prosecute more human traffickers. And I started, as Attorney General, the first comprehensive report in the state of California analyzing transnational criminal organizations and the threats they pose to public safety and to the economy. So stopping transnational criminal organizations and strengthening our border is not new to me, and it is a long-standing priority of mine. I have done that work.
Oh my goodness, y'all. She said protecting the border is not new to her. Man, I hope y'all hear that. I hope y'all seeing this for what it is, after what you wanted to do. Oh, I hope you're hearing this for what it is and not for what you wanted to do. Oh boy, let's go.
And I will continue to treat it as a priority when I am elected President of the United States. And it is my pledge to you, understanding how solutions get formed, that I will reach across the aisle and I will embrace common sense approaches and new technologies to get the job done. Because I know transnational gangs coming across the border, trafficking in guns, drugs, and human beings could care less who somebody voted for in the last election. They could care less. They've got one goal in mind. And it is therefore critically important that anybody who calls themselves a leader would work with other leaders for common sense solutions, understanding the pain and the suffering that Americans are experiencing if we don't work together to fix these problems. And look, transnational gangs, one of the things I know about them, they are always innovating. So to disrupt them, we must do the same. And that means, again, working together in real time, grounded on finding common sense approaches, not just about some rhetoric at a rally, but actually doing the work of fixing a problem.
Politicians want to look good, but I'd rather do some good. So when I saw a way to cut middle-class taxes and lower the cost of prescription drugs,
Well, I tell you, I gotta figure this thing out because I do not know how to stop this thing. So I guess that's the end of the video right now, y'all. You see I'm new to this. I'm trying to be true to this, but we ain't finna listen to much more of that anyway. The lady is a misfit. The lady is flighty. The lady almost seemed like she got something mentally going on. And I really hope y'all paying attention, man, because she is talking out 6 sides of her mind. And to me, none of it makes sense. I mean, none of it. So, she's talking about fixing the border, all the gangs, and that's the fear money stuff. I can hit a lot of men after they create the problem. This lady is not good for no one in this country. I hope y'all stop listening to the lies. It's detrimental at this point. We got to get this thing in check. White men, you guys get your women out of context. They bringing people like that aboard. And, they don't mean you no good. They don't mean us no good. They don't mean the country no good. So I hope y'all paying attention. I hope y'all have an ear to hear.
This is the first time showing on me.
Got the pass on me. I hope you keep your mind open like you would an umbrella if it was raining. Because right now, it's raining. Until next time, y'all holler at your boy. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you think this is going. But for me, I'm almost sad and I see her even being considered as a candidate to everything else. Done. So again, holler at your boy, man. Y'all be good. Stay up. Definitely no good news.